Buonasera, I'm Christopher Stewart. A lot of people have a tendency to ask me questions like, Chris, you're best friends with some of the top stars in all of Hollywood. Why can't they help? Why can't they get you an agent? Why aren't they? Because they've already tried. They've tried many, many times. You know, I wish right now I had a copy of an audio tape of some sort that I'd recorded it. There was a conversation I had with Tom Cruise. Now, he wouldn't have wanted me because it probably would have caused me a lot of depression over time, but if I had it right this minute, it would give me a lot of clarity. There was one conversation I had with Tom where he was explaining to me exactly what agents said to him with regards to me, with how they felt about the work I did. He was sitting there showing them photographs of stars, clips from films. Okay? Technically, we've already done this. The old, well, you can't say you haven't seen it because you just saw it. What Tom didn't know is what I have understood over the years. Agents don't understand how to look at theater and be objective. They claim to know all of these. They don't know anything. Okay? They actually know less than anything. When agents look at my resume, they said, oh, so he's an extra. Please tell me you know something more than he's an extra. And Tom said, he has stars and Oscars. He was such and such film. I can even show you a clip. They said, a foreign film, never seen it, don't want to see it. It's not American. He said, what has that got to do with performance? They said, okay, I'll look. And he showed them a clip from a film. And they started trashing it because of the bad dialogue. This is the thing. If I showed you a clip from anything I did over in Italy, you could say, oh, what horrible dialogue. And if I showed you Casablanca, you could say, oh, what horrible dialogue. Casablanca probably won more Oscars than any film in history, and still to this day is honored as one of the best films of America in its entirety. It is the example of everything theater. And yet, it still, to this day, has some of the worst dialogue ever written. The worst dialogue can actually make the best performances. That's not saying anything bad about bad dialogue. Bad dialogue sometimes is a very good thing. When we performed Black Sunday, the thing I remember the most is a conversation I had with Matt Damon, who said, I know why you got an Oscar, and I think I can explain it to you in a way. And I said, what's that? And he said, Christopher, when I heard about this horror flick thing in Italy, I felt, okay, cool, we can do a little horror film, whatever. You know, I came with all of the American idealism of what a horror production is. Okay? You know, I grew up watching Boris Karloff, I grew up watching Hammer films, maybe I was thinking if we could get it a little bit caliber with Hammer, maybe it would be kind of okay. And I knew the script wasn't that great. And I was always thinking, well, you know, this could be a really cheesy film. But it's a film to do. When I walked on the set and met you and Barb for the first time, I was amazed beyond anything. Because here are two children who are first so in character that you believe you are in the 1800s. And second, whose performance is so good, so high-keyed, so everything of theater. You're like two PhDs standing there looking at young actors. And I'm an old actor, which meant if you're that good, if you're that caliber, I have to be. I just have to be. And I have to make the performance the best performance of my life, even if I hate the script, because otherwise I'll look like the worst thing on the earth standing next to you. That's something people don't realize about productions. You can look at dialogue and you can say, that's horrible. Why would I even want to try? Because it's acting. It's the difference between reading lines and performing them. A performance is what you are graded on. I'll say this 1,000,000 times over and over again if I have to. I don't care what anyone says. You're an actor, which means the screenwriter told you what to say. The director told you what to do. So how are you anything but them? You have to be more than what they do to actually be something in film. That's what makes awards. If every film was based on whether or not you understood or liked the particular dialogue, no actor in history would ever receive awards, and only the screenplays themselves would receive awards for the writing. And all the bad scripts would be thrown out and no one would get awards. And you'd see the decline of all of theater. Okay? There's more to it than what the lines say. But a lot of times agents are impossible. Every time I've looked at Tom and Val and several other people trying to help me get an agent, I have said, so what? And they looked at me like I was mad. And I said, so what? You're telling me that's all of the agents on Earth? Well, you're telling me that's all of the agents on Earth throughout my lifetime? Well, you know, change is inevitable. Somewhere, there will be someone who will finally go, you're everything. I'm going to piecemeal this together because it's just too many random thoughts. But let me ask you a question. What do you think when you are the first thing right out of school? You're a beginning actor, you're a beginning actress, and you send off your resumes, you've done whatever you can, and you're trying to get an agent. And the very first agent that looks at you and says something negative, gives you a negative reply of some sort, rubs you the wrong way, gives you a bad interview, sends you a rejection slip. Your very first rejection, what's the first thought that goes through your mind? I can tell you. I can tell you what goes through every actor and actress's mind. Because every actor and actress that ever was or ever will be has seen something that they thought was the worst performance in history. And that terrible performance, that actor or actress that maybe should never even be in theater in their opinion, has an agent. So if they have an agent, why is it so hard for you to get an agent? That's the first thought through everybody's head. Okay? Now, I was mentioning about dialogue. Let me explain dialogue in a better way. Here's the lines. The line is, God, those eyes, I need them to find myself. Now, is that some of the worst dialogue you've ever thought of? How would you even think about performing that? God, I need those eyes. Okay? You know, bad dialogue, we used to laugh at the dialogue that we had to do. We came up with jokes to go alongside of it. Okay? Barbara Steele in Black Sunday, one of the greatest jokes we ever created was from her dialogue. From her dialogue of, I was walking through the park one day in the merry, merry month of May. I thought I heard a shot. I da 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 da. Okay, you know, I mean, that's what we were doing with the dialogue when we started it out, when we first started looking at it, because it was that corny, and we knew it. But it's how you perform it. Okay? You can look at a set of lines like something like, oh God, I need those eyes. I need them to find myself. Now, how are you going to perform that? I'm going to show you not just how I performed it, but how I really performed it and how I got an award.
If you're here, show yourself, so that I may see once again those eyes. Just once again, please. Oh. Why did you shoot that arrow? It was a sign you didn't mean to kill me. Did you? Did you? Speak to me! Speak to me! Why don't you speak to me?
What are you doing there? Well, I order you to step out of my river immediately.
The river is common domain. How can it be yours?
That's what I mean about how bad dialogue can give a good performance. Words on a page are just words on a page. How you perform them is what determines you as an actor or an actress. Now, when you think about it that way, how many times has Herman Melville been done, Moby Dick been done as a play? Why isn't the best lines created in all of literature always make Oscars. Why is it that only Gregory Peck got an Oscar? Well, it's because of his performance. With Shakespeare. Shakespeare was probably one of the greatest playwrights that ever lived. How many times has Shakespeare been performed? How many millions of actors have performed Shakespeare? And how many have gotten awards for it? Why? Because of their performance. Okay? It's not based on dialogue. It's based on how you perform them. But not just how you perform the dialogue. How you can perform it so that no one can ever top your performance. What truly makes a good performance is when you have taken the worst dialogue ever written and performed it in such a way that no one on earth could ever top your performance. That's what makes a performance grade. That's what makes awards. Now you look at any agent on earth and show them that performance alone, they should automatically go, yes, I'll represent that. Which is the difference between what agents should be and what they actually are